Hi, and welcome to Fairewinds Energy Education Podcast. This is a special holiday podcast where we're going to tell you what we're thankful for. So I'm going to turn the mic over to Arnie to get us started.
Yeah, thanks, Nat. It's Thanksgiving season, and we'll be brief so you can enjoy your turkey and you can enjoy your football games. But there's three things the world, and especially the Japanese, should be thankful for about the Fukushima Daiichi disaster. It's hard to use disaster and thanks in the same sentence, but it could have been a lot worse. So the first thing that the world should be thankful for are a group of brave people, mainly men, in Japan, stayed and fought the nuclear disaster when they had a chance to run. They were anonymous. We'll probably never know who they were, but I hope that in time the Japanese government makes a statue to these. We call them the Fukushima 50, but likely there was more than 50, but less than 200. People that stayed behind and knowingly risked getting cancer to save not just their country, but to save the Northern Hemisphere. My hats are off to those brave men. So I'm thankful for their efforts on behalf of the nation of Japan and everybody in the Northern Hemisphere. The second thing I'm thankful for is that the accident happened during the day. The tsunami happened at 2 in the afternoon on a Friday. What that means is a huge difference in the staff. The day staff at Fukushima Daiichi and a little further south at Fukushima Daini numbered about 1,000 people. So there was an enormous number of people on site to respond. Now, if it had happened at night, there would have been maybe 200 people, and there would not have been enough people to respond. The people that were off-site couldn't have got there because all the roads were destroyed. We would have had 10 meltdowns at Daiichi and Daini were it not for the fact that they had a full complement of people willing to risk their life. We covered this. It could have been a lot worse. There's a video on the site by that title that talks about how 13 nuclear reactors were in danger of melting down because they were inundated by the tsunami wave, and they were crippled because of the earthquake. If you want to find out more about the details of that, I urge you to take a look at that. There's a lesson in Japan. The Japanese understand this. And at Kashiwazaki Kariwa on the Sea of Japan, the Tokyo Electric just announced that its night staff used to be 350 people, and now it's going to be close to 700 people. Why did they do that? The reason is that they understand that they don't have enough people at night at a nuclear plant. This is not a lesson that's being learned in the United States, though. The American regulators will force utilities and reactor owners to beef up their night staff. Accidents don't happen at midday every day of the week. I think that's another important lesson for us, but something that the Japanese can be thankful for. The last thing that I'm thankful for is really a mixed blessing. When the accident happened, 80% of the nuclear contamination got blown out into the Pacific. If the winds had been blowing the other way and blowing across Japan, it would have cut the country in half, and it would have made it not able to function as a nation anymore. I was talking to Prime Minister Khan, who was Prime Minister at the time of the accident, and we were talking about his fear of having to evacuate essentially the whole center of the nation. And he was very critical of his own regulator and Tokyo Electric. And his comment was this. He said, quote, "The information I was getting was not timely and was not accurate." Given that no one was telling him the truth in a timely fashion, what saved Japan was that the wind was blowing out to sea. Now, I said it's a mixed blessing because contamination is now heading to the west coast of the United States. It is diluted in the Pacific and would have been much more concentrated over Japan. The Japanese need to be thankful that the wind was blowing in the right direction. And finally, I'm thankful for all the people who listen to these podcasts. It's really gratifying to get your emails and to get comments on Facebook. I do try to read them all and roll your thoughts into upcoming videos. So thank you for keeping in touch with Fairewinds. You can do something for us this holiday season. I hope you consider donating so that we can continue to do this in 2014 to the same degree of excellence that we've tried to maintain in 2013. So thank you, and enjoy the football game and enjoy your turkey.